Yo, duckies, Andy Lippy here, back with another advanced OBS tutorial, and today we're taking a look at portable mode. So the reason why I'm doing this is because portable mode can be so useful if you've got multiple computers, or you're wanting to go to a friend's house, and you want to bring all your OBS data and basically stream without having to copy any files at all. So stick around for that. Make sure you do like the video if it has helped you out, and also subscribe. There's tons of tips. I'm going to be showing you a great use case of portable mode in my next video, so make sure you are subscribed for that. Let's get on with it. Put your rock over the stone. So just before we get into it, we need to make sure we download a fresh version of OBS. There's loads of different versions that you could use. You could use modified versions, which make sure you are subscribed. I'm going to show you a version that has source transitions and are pretty epic, so make sure you are subscribed for that in the future. But yeah, I'm just going to use a normal version of OBS straight from their website. So if we go to obsproject.com/download, you'll see you can download the installer or anything. We're actually going to download the zip file just here, and it'll about 100 megabytes, take a little while to download depending on your internet speed. Go to your folder of downloads and you'll see this compressed file. Right click on there, extract it, and now you'll have another folder just here. I've done a Blue Peter, always get it ready before I record these videos. And we've got 3 folders in here, and this is basically the whole of OBS. So to make it into portable mode, where all our configurations and everything like that gets saved to this folder, because if we don't turn portable mode on, it will continue to save all our scenes and profiles to our appdata folder inside your computer, and we don't want that. So we're going to right click here and go to new, type in text document, and just call it portable_mode, just like that. Hit enter, and this is just a blank text document. You don't need to write anything in it. It's just for OBS to realize that you want it to open in portable mode. Next, we need to go to bin 64-bit, and you'll see down here is the application for OBS 64. Double click on that, and it should open as if it's brand new and do the auto configuration wizard. If you're getting that, it means you've done it correctly. If it's just opened your normal OBS and you can see all your scenes, that's wrong. So the way to fix that is if you go back, you can potentially check and make sure you've spelt portable mode right and it's got the underscore and everything like that. And if it's still not working, go back into bin 64-bit, right click on OBS 64, and we're going to create a shortcut just here. So we've got OBS 64-shortcut. I'm going to right click on that and go to properties. Inside here you can see where it says target. We're going to go right to the end. After the obs64.exe, we're going to press space -- and type in portable. That is going to force it, when we press apply, to open in portable mode. So when we use this shortcut now, that will open it in portable mode just here. As you can see, there's no scenes or anything like that. That's it, you're cooking with gas. You can also tell if you have done it correctly. If you go back to the OBS Studio folder, you should have another folder now here that says config. And this folder has got all your profiles, your scenes, your plugin data, everything like that that's going to get copied across. So if you want to pull all your information across that you've already got, all your scenes, what you need to do is go down to search, type in %appdata%, and then go to obs-studio. And you could copy everything in that folder and overwrite what's in this config folder just here. That means anything that your OBS looks like at the moment, it will all get transferred across. I'm going to do that now. I'll be back in a sec. Right, so now I'm back. I've got all my files copied across into here. I go back to the main folder in OBS Studio, go to the bin folder, 64-bit, and open up OBS again. And you'll see, when it opens, I've got all of my scenes that I had and all my settings for Twitch chat being open and everything like that. This is still running in portable mode. This is how I kind of do a lot of my YouTube recordings, because anything that I edit in here, it won't edit on my hard copy of OBS on my computer. So anytime I want to test something out, before I might break it or something like that, I just test it out in portable mode. And it just allows you to open 2 OBSs without having the, are you sure you want to launch anyway? But it just means that you've got 2 copies now of OBS. One that if you tinker with is perfectly fine. If you need to use it across different computers or something like that, you've got this one version of OBS that you can just run straight through there. if I've got this OBS Studio folder just here in downloads, this is the folder. I can put it anywhere on my computer, on any hard drive. You could even put it into Google Drive or something like that and run everything from there. That's how I do a lot of my YouTube videos, where I can have multiple kind of layers, so I don't show you what's going on inside of OBS at the same time as using OBS. And yeah, there's a lot of uses for it, okay? Like I say, definitely check out a video that is going to be coming soon with a different version of OBS, because it is intense. It's great. It adds such a good feature set to anybody's streams. But if you've got any questions or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section below, or come and visit me at twitch.tv/AndyLippy, okay? Make sure you do like the video if it has helped you out, and also subscribe for all that future content. Put your rug over the stone. See you next time.